Hey, what's up everyone? My name is John Doherty, but most of you guys know me as JD. To begin, my story is a little bit different than most. When I was a kid, I never was really interested in reading. I was always outside, either playing sports with my friends, watching cartoons on a beanbag chair at my grandparents' house, building forts outside, or fishing with my dad. Whenever I did read, it wasn't because I wanted to, it's because I had to for school. It wasn't until college that I began to read for pleasure. After I graduated from DeMatha Catholic High School, an all-boys school outside DC, I went and attended Towson University. I was looking for the camaraderie and the brotherhood that I had at DeMatha. I received many bids from fraternities after Rush, and I decided to move forward and pledge for the Sigma Chi fraternity. After a fun and exciting 12 weeks of pledging, I was initiated into the Brotherhood of Sigma Chi. Throughout the many years of hanging out up there at Towson, I have accrued a ton of hilarious and absurd stories. When I left Towson to go work full-time, I missed my brothers. I wasn't able to see them as much. One discovery I made on the internet was this blog by this guy named Tucker Max. On his site, he had dozens of crazy stories about relationships. He was going out drinking with his buddies, partying, so many more. When his book, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, came out, I knew I had to go out and buy it. I was thoroughly entertained by the stories in the book because I was able to relate to them from my own experiences. The book was comprised of several short stories narrated by the author Tucker Max. The book has been listed under the new genre fratire, which is marketed towards young men and typically contains politically incorrect and overmasculine stories. It's not really family friendly, but I digress. One of the funny stories in the book is called The Night We Almost Died. To summarize the story, it started off with Tucker and his friends pre-gaming at their barbecue before they went out to a bar. This bar, known for their mechanical bull. After the pre-game, Tucker was the only sober one in the group. They got to the bar, and when they got there, they noticed it was very country-like. It was described as classic neo-western roadhouse. When they got there, they noticed a wrestling ring in the middle of the bar. Tucker's drunk friends antagonized the wrestlers and their family and friends, saying that they could out-wrestle the guys in the ring. Eventually, it turned into a large, hilarious brawl of Tucker's friends and a group of 20 or so of the wrestlers and friends. The bouncers and Tucker were able to separate Tucker's friends from the hilarious brawl. The story reminded me of all the times I stayed sober, so I could make sure all my brothers didn't get into any trouble. Many of the other stories from the book are not as appropriate to discuss in front of the class, but if you really want to read more, go ahead and look up the book. I really recommend a lot of the stories in there for an adult. This book was a mirror for me when I was younger, because I could really relate to a lot of the crazy stories. Now it serves as a window to the life that I used to live. And that is my story.